Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Mabatu. To those who are joining me for the first time, I know I've been gone for months. I've been gone for like a year, actually, for over a year. It's been more than a year, and I apologize. I don't know, things have been really hectic. I've been struggling with space, it has been hard being a mom and a student, because like as soon as I get the chance, I go home. As you guys remember, I have a son. I have a beautiful son named Ryan. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I promise that I will post more often from now on. You guys, I got a new phone. Space is not going to be an issue, and I am going to make this work. Like, I'm really going to make this work, I promise. Today I'm going to be talking about my birth story, so stay tuned. Okay, I remember my expected date was the 25th of December 2021. Yes, I had a baby like a year ago. My son is literally 1 year and 2 months. Like, it's been a while since I posted videos, I know. But yes, my expected date was the 25th of December. On the 22nd of December, I remember that day because out of all the days when I was pregnant, that was the one day I felt really tired. Like, I've never been that tired in my whole entire life. Working was so hard. It felt like I was carrying something very heavy. Yes, I was carrying my baby, but like, before I could handle it. But on the 22nd of December, like, I felt like, no, I'm ready to give birth. I remember calling my mom. I was basically telling her that I'm really tired. I don't feel like myself. I feel like we should do something about this because I felt ready. And I remember my doctor told me that if I want to induce labor, I have to work very hard, like exercise, just work hard. I shouldn't carry like a lot of heavy things. I shouldn't be carrying heavy things, but if I exercise, then it might happen. So I told her, like, Mom, when you come from work, let's do some workouts. And she was like, okay, no problem. Then when she came, she immediately changed to her gymming clothes, and I was also wearing mine, and we decided to go out because she knocked off at 7, so it was a bit dark outside. We started taking a walk, and then there was a part where the road was like this. It was very steep, so we went up and down like 4 times. And from there I felt really tired because that time I was 9 months pregnant. And then she was like, she was also tired, we should go home, it's too much for me. And I was like, okay. And then when I got home, I felt like, no, I feel like I didn't do like enough. I have to do some more exercises because I literally wanted to give birth that day. I wanted to give birth on that day. The other reason I wanted to give birth on the 22nd is because my birthday is on the 22nd. So I wanted me and my son to have the same birthday. So when I got home, I decided to go up and down the stairs. I went like 4 times again. The 4th time when I went downstairs, I felt like I had to go pee. When I went there, I peed. When I stood up, I felt more water coming out. And at the time, it didn't click. I didn't think my water just broke. I was like, nah, I don't think it worked. Do you get me? So I didn't take it seriously. But then I thought about it. Okay, because my expected date is the 25th. Maybe, my water broke. I was thinking about it. So I decided to go upstairs and tell my mom. And I told her, like, I think my water broke. And she was like, nah, I'm about to. Like, what happened? What did you feel? And I was like, no, I just felt like water coming out. It didn't feel like pee. She was not taking me seriously. And as I was there explaining to her, my water literally just broke. Water came out. Like, it felt weird. Like, yeah, I felt water coming out, and yeah, it looked sticky. And then yeah, she was like, okay, it's happening. She started telling me to get everything that I need, and she went to look for the hospital bag, my clothes, and then she grabbed the car keys, and then we got in the car. Because I stay in a very small town, in December the queues at the garages are very long because the garages are not so many. So when we got there, the queue was very long. But my mom called the person who was working there because she knew her, and she told her like, yo, we cannot afford to stay in these queues, you know, can you do something because my daughter is in labor? And the guy spoke to the drivers, and they literally moved, and then we poured petrol, and we were on our way to Freiburg Private Hospital. And my mom was driving really fast, and I told her like, no, I'm not in pain, you really don't have to drive fast. Then we got to the hospital, and my mom went in. Some nurse and some guy came. The guy was pushing the wheelchair, and then I got in the wheelchair, and he pushed me, and I got in the hospital. Before I went to my bed, they took me to this room where they were looking at my blood pressure, and I don't remember quite well what else they were looking for because I'm not a doctor, no NS. So afterwards, I changed into the hospital dress, and then I got to my room, and my mom went in, and she told me she'd be waiting for me outside. Everything's gonna be okay, because at that time it was COVID, so people were not allowed to get in while I was giving birth. So as I was there, they put something around my waist, around my belly actually, to look at the baby's heartbeat. You know, it was reading the baby's heartbeat. I could see, like, you know, moving like this. Okay. And then by that time I wasn't feeling any pains yet, and the sister came and she put her fingers, 2 fingers, in my vagina, and she told me that the baby was 3 centimeters. Okay, cool. As I was there in my phone, like, I was really nervous. As time went by, I started feeling pains. Yo, it's like they came out of nowhere. Those pains, oh my god, it felt like period pains, bad period pains, like times 10 maybe by the time. Okay, they were not that hectic, I could handle it. And then I was there in my phone feeling those pains, and then later on the pains started becoming worse, you know. Like, I called the sister and I told her like, these things are very painful now, can you please remove them? And she removed them. Yo, as soon as she went out, I stood up the bed. Like, the pains were really painful, like they were so horrible, and they kept on getting worse and worse. I felt like I had to take a shit, but they said I shouldn't do that because the baby might come out and fall in the toilet. And then later on, the doctor came and he put his fingers in my vagina again, and he told me that the baby is 7 centimeters. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, it was painful. I was in the bed, like, I couldn't stand still, like, I was moving around a lot. And then later on, a few minutes later, the 2 nurses came and the doctor was in front, and the 2 nurses were, you know, banalemo sighting, and the doctor was in front, you know, looking at my vagina. At that time, the way I was in pain, I didn't think it was weird for him to look at my vagina like that, you know. I wasn't thinking about that, but now when I think about it, I'm like, okay, that just happened. So from there, they told me to push, you know. The 2 sisters were holding my legs. Okay, but because they told me like a while ago that the baby was 7 centimeters, you know, I think they said that the baby comes out when he's like 10 centimeters. Oh yeah, something like that. So because he was already 7 centimeters, it wasn't difficult for me to push. So I pushed, the first push, second push, third push. I remember the 4th push, I remember hearing my baby crying. Like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Like, yo, he was so cute. They quickly gave the baby to me, and I put him in my chest. That they say that is very important, you know, for that first bond. And they cut his umbilical cord. Immediately after a few seconds, they took the baby. Okay, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. He was crying. He was so tiny. Like, I couldn't believe how tiny my son was, you know. He was so cute. I couldn't wait to like hold him again. And then they left with the baby, like I said, and from there, one sister was left with me. Yo, that's when everything hectic began. You know, to me, like, the whole pushing wasn't that painful. The pains that I felt was, you know, the labor pains around my waist. As I was pushing, it wasn't that painful. They say it wasn't that painful because of the medication, the vitamins that I was taking, and going to my checkups every now and then. So everything was good, and I was eating healthy, I was exercising, so that's why it wasn't that difficult. The whole thing was not difficult. So from there, the sister was there in the room with me, and she told me to spread my legs again. I thought we were done. You know, the things that people don't tell you about labor, like, wow. So she literally put her hand in my vagina and she started pulling something, and I could feel it coming out, you know. And then as I looked, I saw something red and big looking like a liver, you know, the placenta, and that came out, and I could feel it. Like, I was like, like, I felt it, yo. But that was really painful. That was really painful, you guys. And from there, she started pulling blood, you know, out of my vagina. Like, there was a lot of blood, you know, there was blood everywhere in the bed. So yeah, that was painful as well. And then from there, she injected my around the walls of my vagina with something, and then she started stitching me. You know, I didn't feel the pain as she was stitching, but I could feel that she's, you know, doing something. She's stitching, you know. So from there, I had to stand up. It was very painful, and they changed the sheets and everything. From there, you know, I changed into my pajamas and I wore a gown. I don't know why, but it was a bit cold that day, and I waited. A few minutes later, I saw the sister smiling, coming with my baby. Oh my god, oh my god, it was so cute. Like, I couldn't believe it. You know, I knew that I was pregnant, I knew that there was a baby inside me, but everything was a surprise again. Like, looking at this little human being that belonged to me, like, it felt really amazing. It felt beautiful. Like, I couldn't believe, okay, I'm a mom now. Like, you know, this is it. This is my baby, you know. So I held my baby and I decided to name him Ryan. You know, Ryan means little king or descendant of the king. I love the name so much. I'm not gonna explain the reason behind naming him Ryan, but yeah, that's his name, Ryan. He has another name, yeah, another Tswana name, because I'm Tswana. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it, but yeah, like, it was so magical. You know, it was amazing holding my cute little baby. They say that babies don't open their eyes until a few days later, but Ryan was literally looking at me. Like, it was literally looking at me. I was like, what? Oh my god, he was so cute. He wasn't crying, you know. I had to, like, breastfeed him. Like, for the fact that he knew that he needed to, like, you know, suck my boob like that. Like, the fact that he knew that I'm his mom, that's why he was, you know, sucking it. I was like, oh, wow, this is my baby. Like, everything was, wow, was amazing. It was already in the morning because Ryan was exactly born at 3:10. So, you know, she was there with Ryan, and then later on around 7, we had to make Ryan's birth certificate. We did all that, and from there the doctors came and everything was good, and they told us it's okay for us to go home with our little Ryan. Yeah, we went home with Ryan and everyone was excited to see Ryan. So yeah, that is my birth story. Yes, you guys, I decided to keep it short because it happened a long time ago, but I felt like I needed to tell this story. Yeah, but overall, you guys, I don't recommend getting pregnant at a young age. Labor is really traumatizing. Like, it's not a nice experience. Yes, the end results, looking at your child, is rewarding, but I feel like, yeah, like, if you can, don't get pregnant while you are still a kid like me. So yeah, but regardless, I'm so grateful for the experience because I have my baby. You know, I don't regret anything at all. I love my son, and yeah, I'm so happy, you guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more videos, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye bye.